Proving triangle similarity by angle, and solving for a side length. All right, the reason we can prove triangle similarity via two congruent angles, meaning each triangle must share two equal angles. Well, we can do this because all triangles total 180 degrees. So let's just say this were 35 and this were 35 and this were 70 and this were 70. That totals 105, meaning D would be 75 for both. But let's go ahead and start by labeling our red triangle. What do you guys want to name this? Let's go DAB. So we have triangle DAB. All right. Well, we know that they both have two congruent angles because they're labeled by these arches. Angle A has one arch and angle E has one arch. Angle B has two and angle C has two. Wonderful. All right, well, let's see. Angle D, well, let's start with angle D because it uses it as well here, is similar to triangle D. Now, if our first one went from D to A and we went from 0 arches to 1 arch, well, that means we have to go from D to E. Great job. And leaving our last one, C. Now, here's the deal. If we're taking a multiple choice test, all right, and it asks us to write a similarity statement, or which similarity statement actually works, well, go to D. And if it has 0 arches, put a 0 above it. If A has 1, put a 1 above it. And if B has 2, put a 2 above it. That means we have a 0, 1, 2. Our next pattern for our triangle must go 0, 1, 2. So we already know that D is 0 because they share it. All right. And then our E has 1 arch. Perfect, making our C have 2. Does that make sense? Just a multiple choice test-taking strategy to assist you along. All right, really definitely nail this one. Should not be difficult for you, so just make sure to write your triangle similarity statement. So triangle, whatever you would like to name it, is similar to triangle, whichever you would like to name it. For number 3, take a look at it and you decide what we shall do with it, or if we can prove it via angle. All right, now 4, I'm 100% comfortable. You can set this up on your own using your proportions. I will do 5 with you because 5 is like, oh no, what exactly is going on? Well, let's just take a look. All right, so triangle B, between B and C, we have 7 minus x. So if it's asking to solve for x, well, between B and C, which is 1 arch to 35 degrees, we have 7 minus x. All right, now remember, we need to set that up over its corresponding side. I really use that information. I truly go from 1 arch to 35. So on this triangle in red, I'm going to look for my 1 arch, which is E, and I'm going to go to 35. And what's in between there? I'm going to set that over x plus 2. And from here, we are going to set it equal to, well, if I took the blue information as my numerator, that means I have to do it again as well, which is 3.5. And this one's going to be a little longer, but it's really not that difficult because it's the same thing on repeat. It's kind of the beauty of math and also the bore of math. All right, and if we know it also, just to prove it to you, we have 1 arch to 0 arch, and we'll go from 1 arch to 0, or 1 to 30 degrees. 1 to 30 degrees is represented by just a 7. And from here, what do we know to do? Yes, we will cross multiply. What I like to do is if I have 2 terms there, I will actually just go ahead and set that in parentheses because I'm like, okay, now I know what to do. I know I will distribute. I'll do some multiplication and it won't be too difficult. All right, so let's go ahead and set this up. First, we'll do x plus 2 times 3.5. All right, so 3.5 times x, well, simple, 3.5x. Then we'll do 3.5 times 2. Well, 3.5 times 2 is 7, so we'll do this plus 7. Then we will write our equals, and then again we will simply just cross multiply. All right, 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times negative x is negative 7x. And then from here, we will solve. All right, I like to start with the term that includes a variable, if there's one on each side, which we do, 3.5 and 3.5x and negative 7x. But I also like to start with the one that has less value. Well, if I'm in the whole 7x, it's definitely lower than a positive 3.5x. And how do I get rid of a negative 7x? Yes, it's a positive 7x or a plus 7x. And what we do to one side, we will do to the other. 3.5x plus 7x is 10.5x. Bring down your plus 7. Set that equal to, bring down your 49, and boom, there's our cancel. And 10.5x, we need to get by itself. It's hanging out with plus 7. How do we get rid of a plus 7? Great job, minus 7. And what we do to one side, we wonderful do to the other. Your 10.5x just comes down. 7 minus 7, get rid of, equals 49 minus 7 is 42. And if we divide each by 10.5, x equals, well, 10.5 times 2 is 21. 21 times 2 is 4, so x equals 4. Circle your answer. And if it's looking for, like, let's just say a side length, well, we know that x equals 4, and we could just plug it in. So BC would be 7 minus 4, which equals 3. So side length BC is 3. And we will also do 4 plus 2, which equals 6. So side length AE is 6. Does that make sense? Wonderful. And how can you know? Well, 3.5 times 2 is 7. 3 times 2 is 6. They share the same scale factor. Do me a favor, do 4, but I really would like for you to try 6 as well, as I already kind of set it up for you. Get it done. Let's go!